Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome to my 1 year post breast augmentation surgery update. So it has officially been 1 year since I had my breast augmentation surgery. I had it done around the last week of July in 2015, and it is now the final day of July in 2016. So it has officially been 1 year, and I am proud to say that I am extremely happy with my results. So I think I'm just gonna hop right into it. If you haven't already seen my surgery journey, my experience video, my half-year update, and my Q&A, then all those videos will be linked in the description box down below, so you can check out and follow my entire story up until this date. I actually recommend you go back and watch my first video and then the videos after that, so you can get the full story behind my breast augmentation surgery, how the day of the surgery went, how the day after, and then the 2 weeks after, the half-year update, all that good stuff, so you guys know everything, because I'm not gonna go in and explain all of that stuff from right after the surgery and the half-year point. I'm gonna be focusing today on the current state of my chest and how they feel, how I feel about them, and any side effects that I may still have 1 year after the surgery. So if you want to know the price, the details, where I got it done, all that good stuff, please check out the previous videos, because none of that's going to be answered in this video today. This video, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible and get right to the point. So it has, like I said, been 1 year after my surgery, and what I can say for sure is that my breasts pretty much feel 100% natural. Of course, there's going to be times where they don't feel natural. For me, that is usually when I am going to start my menstrual cycle, and my breasts naturally would become firm, but at times like this, I feel like they feel more firm than natural, of course. Otherwise, what I do notice is that on a regular basis, my breasts feel as if I am on my menstrual cycle naturally. So think about your breasts, like how they naturally are when you're going to get your period and they become firm. You're someone who doesn't have a breast augmentation surgery, and your breasts just naturally become more firm, more full before your period. This is how my breasts feel all the time. So it's not necessarily a fake firmness, it's a natural firmness that comes with a menstrual cycle, only it's all the time. So that's one thing I can say about the texture of my breasts 1 year post-surgery. Because it is the 1 year mark, this is how they more or less will be forever now. They're not going to get any softer, they're not going to get any firmer, no changes are going to happen after this point. So my breasts are how they are always going to be. Right now I do have my sports bra on, and this is what they look like. As you can see, they look quite natural. Most people can't even tell I have had a breast augmentation surgery because it does look that natural. Now, I did get the teardrop shape implant, which is the ones that are shaped to naturally have a slope, unlike regular implants that are round shaped. So mine slope naturally, as this matches my body type more. After the 1 year mark, this is more noticeable compared to when I first had them done, and even half a year after having them done, there still was a lot of swelling at the top of my breasts, but now that swelling pretty much is 100% gone, so they are quite natural feeling. For side effects after my breast augmentation surgery, to this point, unfortunately, I do still have numbness under the one breast. This, however, is not uncommon. A lot of people don't tend to share this information when they get a breast augmentation surgery, as they want to portray a image that, you know, everything's perfect, everything is flawless, but that's not true. Actually, having numbness under one breast for a long time, even 1 year after your surgery, is extremely common and can happen with most cases with surgeries, as the implant does block nerve, and nerve endings do get cut during the surgery, so sometimes it takes a lot longer for those nerve endings to reconnect, if they connect at all. So I still have a bit of the numb sensation, only it's a very small section of my breast that floats around the, I think it's called areola, So it floats around that part at the lower side. The upper side, everything, the sides here, right along the incision line, everything is quite normal feeling. It's just this one small section that still has it. I do notice as well that when I am going to start my menstrual cycle, on occasion I get hypersensitivity around the areolas, so that is something that can happen as well, just because, you know, your nerves can take long to heal, or they can heal quite quickly. This breast, on the other hand, is 100% perfect and feels 100% normal. There's no numbness still, it just feels like normal. This one, however, unfortunately has some of that lingering numbness that may go away over time still, or I may have it forever. To me, that's not really a huge issue. I just prefer it not to be touched too often, as it is a weird sensation. It's not a complete numbness, like I can feel things, but it's just a very odd, uncomfortable sensation. It's not necessarily pain, it's just like, I don't like it. It feels weird. I am upset about that, but once again, it is something that I knew could happen going into the surgery. It's something I was told about, and that it is very common and can happen in most cases. For me though, it was overall worth it, since I'm very happy with the results. I'm very confident now in shirts, bathing suits, and obviously naked. So I think it's worth it, but if you are planning on getting a breast augmentation surgery, then keep in mind this is a very common side effect and can happen to a lot of people, where either it takes a very long time, like in my case, to recover. It sometimes does not recover completely, and in some cases it can heal perfectly fine right away and people don't have it, but it is more common to have some lingering odd numb sensation. My scars are still healing. I am not someone who did any laser treatment for my scars yet. I think I might consider doing it now that it's been 1 year post-surgery, so I know this is as much as they were able to heal on their own. So laser is something I may consider to help heal the scars even faster, because I am someone who has post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and for me that generally lasts a very long amount of time, as I get it on my face whenever I get a pimple. And what that is where you get dark spots in the skin where melanin has overproduced, so it takes longer for inflamed patches of skin to heal and get rid of that discoloration. This is what I do have on my incision lines, as you can see in this footage. However, it is way better than it was even at the half-year point, or even just 3 months ago. Like, the coloring is almost completely gone. You can now see the whiteness of the scar, which is really good. I am always going to have that whiteness because it was a deep tissue scar. I was completely opened up, so it's inevitable. I am always going to have that white scar, but for me it's the darkness of this scarring that is what's most visible and annoying. For fading it on my own at home, I have been using a lot of AHA from Polish Choice. I've been using the 10% AHA liquid and applying that to the scar maybe about 2 times a week. I have been getting quite lazy with it and forgetting to do it quite often, but otherwise throughout this year I have been applying that, and I have been also applying vitamin C serums that I would normally use on my skin to fade post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, only I've been applying it on my scar, and that has helped significantly with the darkness of the scar. So I definitely recommend using things like that once your scar has completely healed over, to help fade the darkness. Otherwise, while the scar is healing, I would only use what your doctors recommend, as the tissue is still healing, so it's not something where it's where you can put your own skincare on it. So I'm probably going to keep up with using my AHA and my vitamin C combination, as that seems to work really well for me on my face and also for my scar there. And then I think maybe at some point I'll consider getting laser if it still is stubborn at fading. But as of right now, it's not something I'm gonna urgently go and do, as the scar doesn't really bother me, as like no one's seeing it but me and my long-term boyfriend, so like it's not really an issue. If you're someone who's single though, on the other hand, then it might be something you're more concerned about. But for me, I'm used to having darkness on scars, and I scar quite easily like that, so it's nothing out of the normal for me. If you're someone who doesn't scar easily, then you'll probably have an easier time healing, but I have skin that has that overproduction of melanin that forms on wounds, so this is totally normal for me, and I am actually surprised at how well it's healed and faded over the years. So I'm going to keep working at it, and if I do end up doing laser, that's something I will probably tell you guys about in a later Q&A video that I will do in another few months. Anyway, here is some before and after footage so you guys can see the comparison of how the swelling has significantly gone down over the year, how it looks from before I got the breast augmentation surgery to how it was right after the surgery, how it was around the halfway point, and how it is to this day. So as you can see, it's quite the change in the swelling and the amount that it looks natural. To this day, for my cup size, I fit a 32C to a 34C. It depends on the bra make, if the band is larger or smaller. Usually if the band fits a bit larger, I fit into the 32C. If the band along the back is a little bit smaller, then I fit into the 34C. So I generally got the exact size that I wanted and was hoping for, so it still looks natural on my body type. However, I do notice I prefer wearing non-padded bras now. Like, what I mean by that is ones without the push-up. I feel like when I wear a push-up, it just looks a little bit too big for me, so I prefer to not wear it. However, I find it very hard to find non-push-up bras these days, which is a little bit annoying because I don't want to have D-cup breasts. Because when I wear a push-up bra, I feel like I look like I'm a D-cup, which is just a bit too big for my body type, as I'm only 5'2". So yeah, I like to go either in sports bras still, as it looks more natural and more flattering, or I like to go with a non-push-up bra, which is somehow hard to find. But either way, I'm very happy with the results. I'm very happy with the size. I like how I have the flexibility of looking very natural, or if I wear a push-up, I can have that big jumbo size that a lot of people still tend to want, which looks great in bikinis, or if I'm wearing a special dress or going out and I want that big appearance, I can just wear a push-up bra and look like that. So I'm extremely happy with the results. Overall, like, no negative side effects, nothing is wrong, everything is fine. I've had checkups with my family doctor and everything is fine and in place. There's no complications. Just that numbness is the only side effect I still have, which may or may not go, which is a bit unfortunate, but for me, it's not the end of the world. I am extremely happy. To any of you who have wanted a breast augmentation surgery for a very, very long time and have been considering it, and it's something that seriously impacts your self-esteem and confidence, then I highly recommend it, even if there is a risk of having some permanent numbness. I personally think it's worth it. I'm a lot happier with my body now. I feel a lot more confident, a lot more feminine, and I feel like I am now the way I was supposed to be my whole life. I feel like I'm finally the size that my body was supposed to have but never was able to grow to. So I'm very, very happy with the results. I highly recommend a breast augmentation surgery to anyone who's always wanted it. If you're still skeptical about it even after this, you've seen this video, then maybe it's not for you. But if you think you can handle the chance of having some permanent numbness, then totally, like, it's for you, go for it. I think you'll be really, really happy. I hope my journey with my breast augmentation surgery could be helpful to anyone who has been confused or wanted some real answers about what it's like having a breast augmentation surgery and actually seeing results a year later. I know there's a lot of post-surgery videos out there, but usually people only post like the right away and they never truly follow up 1 year later. And that is what really counts, I think, because, you know, this is something you have to live with for the majority of your life and is more or less permanent. So I'm happy that I was able to share with you guys what it's like 1 year later. And maybe if I remember to do it 2 years later, then I will totally check in with you guys then. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you want to see more videos like this or want me to do a Q&A, then like this video and leave your comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, as I am trying to upload once a week or twice a week. If you want to see what I get up to in my daily life, then please check out my vlog channel down below, because I upload there very regularly, about 3 times a week to sometimes daily, as I'm currently living in Tokyo, Japan. So I do a lot of stuff out and about with my friends, so do check that out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! Guys, and welcome back to my channel. So you may notice by the title of this video that yes, I did get a breast augmentation surgery here in South Korea. A brief backstory before anyone jumps to judging and getting too serious about this is that I personally have wanted breast augmentation surgery literally ever since I was 16 years old. Now that may seem drastic to some of you guys out there, but when I was 16, I didn't grow beyond an A cup. So I have been quite on the small side since I was a teenager. And my sister was always a nice full C cup, and I always wondered, when am I gonna grow? And it just never happened. And I wanted to feel confident going to the beach in swimsuits. I wanted to feel confident in my clothing. And the thing that bugged me the most is that I never felt proportionate in my own body. They still were firm in areas such as the lower portion and the outer portion of my breasts, but now they totally are soft and they feel like how my boobs originally felt. Now there still is some area of firmness, in that being just this outer portion here, but it's almost none at all. Sleeping wise, I am able to sleep on my side now. I still will not sleep on my stomach just because, but overall everything feels natural. When I turn to lay on my side, they fall like they used to, and the texture and everything is basically natural to what my boobs originally were. Any pain or discomfort? None at all. Even compared to 2 weeks ago, I would still get like zinging pains, which weren't really pains, it was just like a zzz feeling, but that is completely gone. I have no discomfort at all or pain. Now, do you guys remember